My name is Michael Blant, and I'm here at the 2015 Jefferson Jackson Annual Cape and Islands Democratic Council Awards Dinner, and I am tremendously pleased to be here with my good friend, Congressman Joe Kennedy III, although he insists on me calling him Joe.
Hey, it's a pleasure for me to be here. Thank you very much for the honor.
You're very welcome, Joe. It's so great to see you here on the Cape, but we've seen you as a regular visitor to the Cape over the years. Can you tell us a little bit about your roots here on the Cape?
Absolutely. Obviously, it is an honor and a pleasure for me to be back. This is a place that where I spent so many years of my childhood. It's still home for me and so many members of my family, and I'm very proud of the work I did here as an assistant district attorney in the DA's office here, where I got my roots, and really was the impetus for me to, in a lot of ways, to run for office in the first place. So when I say it's nice to be here, I really do mean it from the bottom of my heart. So,
well, it's an honor for us to have you here. And you alluded to your time here as an assistant district attorney. I know you parlayed that into some action on the congressional level with regard to work on opiates and addressing the crisis with regard to opiates here in the community. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely. Not a day went by when I was in the courts down here where you didn't see the impact of opiate addiction, particularly Percocet, OxyContin, and drifting into heroin. And, you know, my experience here in the district court, understanding that a lot of the folks that we were prosecuting, they were good people, particularly young adults, good folks that were suffering from an addiction. So the district attorney's office here really did take the framework of saying, look, your goal is to make sure that person never commits another crime. But if you're just locking them up and throwing away the key without addressing the addiction aspect of it, you're setting people up for failure. So I really built upon those lessons in working with Congressman Keating and really trying to tackle the issues, the root causes of substance abuse, and co-sponsored a couple pieces of legislation to create a national prescription monitoring program. And we had a number of hearings just this past week about what more the federal government can do, and it really comes back to treatment and investments in treatment across the country, and that's really going to be a big focus of my work going forward.
Well, it's a really compassionate, intelligent way to look at trying to address the problem long term, so thank you very much for that. You've also been very active in promoting increased job opportunities for the middle class and for underemployed. Can you talk a little bit about those efforts?
Absolutely. So we've been really focused back in my district, the 4th District, of recognizing the fact that our country is run by small businesses, and so many of them say that they want to hire, but they can't find folks to fill the skills that they actually need. So we've been working really hard with our community colleges, our vocational schools, our other educational institutions to try to make sure they're training folks up with the jobs that are actually available today, and will provide them a solid footing going forward. So filed a couple pieces of legislation to really make sure that those skills that are being taught are tailored to the needs of local communities, and seeing some really strong bipartisan success with that. We got a big advanced manufacturing bill actually signed and signed into law through the House of Representatives last year, with not a single person in the House of Representatives voting against it. So very proud of that, and proud to try to build on those efforts going forward.
Those are some very strong, positive moves in this economy, and it's desperately needed. So thank you so much for your leadership in those efforts.
Thank you.
And now you find yourself back here in Hyannis at our Jefferson Jackson dinner. You've spent an awful lot of time in the Hyannis area. Can you think of anything in particular that you enjoy doing here, that brings you back here, or a memory, or that you could share with us?
For me, it's always about family here, and it's been a place that year after year, ever since literally I was born, was where my family gathered to come together, good times and bad. I've got an aunt and uncle that are both born on the 4th of July, so we always have almost a de facto family reunion here every July 4th. And to be able to share those moments together, we always have a competition almost every year, see how many people we can fit around the Thanksgiving table. We've had over 60 family members around the table with my grandmother, so it's very special moments. And my twin brother got married down here on my grandmother's front lawn. It's very special to all of us. So really proud to be here.
Well, here's to you and your health and that of your grandmother for sure. She's very special to all of us. And thank you so much for the time that you've spent here. Thank you so much for being with us at the Jefferson Jackson dinner. I want to thank you very much, Congressman. Thank you, Joe.
Thanks very much.